session, what we are doing, we are developing the PowerApps forms, okay, in a SharePoint PowerApps form, and in that we are going to maintain one-to-many relationship. Here, as you can see, here are two lists. One is the employee list, and other is the employee experience list. One employee holding the experience from different companies. So there is a one-to-many relationship. If I go in employee list setting, there are some normal columns are there. So we'll see the column. Here you can see the column employee ID, means title rename as employee ID, then employee name, date of birth, employee department, and salary. Okay, these are the common columns. Simple columns are there. After that, we will check in the other list. The list name is employee experience. It holds the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. First column is the company name. We have renamed title as a company name. Then employee ID, which is a lookup from this column employee ID from employee list. Okay, and this is start date, and this is a date type, and this is the text field, and this is location is also text field. So what we are going to achieve? So initially, whenever I go here, and if I say edit, so if I say edit in my form here, there is a button, and its name is saying that experience. Okay, once I will click on this button, it will navigate to the separate screen. Okay, and on that screen it will display me the experience from the this list. Okay, this is another list, but here we are doing operations, we are working with the employee form. Okay, so moving ahead, let's move and start doing the change in our form. So I will say customize form here to this window. So it will open my form for employee list here. Okay, skip on the part. So I'm here now. So this is my form. Okay, so here we can see there are some fields, name, then I just scroll down. Yesterday we did some minor changes here. Now I'll go here form. So while working with the form, you need to give the proper naming convention. This is a form screen. I rename it as the employee form. Okay, sorry, not a form, employee detail screen. Okay, now I'll rename this. This is a label, then you can say it as a header label. Header label. Then you can rename it as a form, SharePoint form. So we can say it as employee list form. Okay, so maybe it changes the behavior, edit, update it. Okay, so employee name. Then see, while working you need to make sure that data card value should always needs to be renamed. Okay, so employee name, so this data card is employee name, so I rename it as rename, and I say DC underscore means data card underscore emp name. Okay, so always keep in mind while working you need to rename the data card value, not the other fields, but the data card is very important. So I will rename here dc underscore dob. Okay, so while working with the function you will quickly find those fields. Okay, so here department, here dc underscore debd, and here salary we name dc underscore sal emp sal. Okay, so we have renamed the field here. Now go here on a form, here my employee list form. Okay, now I'll say here column ordering, 2 because our screen width is high, so that the column ordering 2 will be sufficient for us. So let's just expand it, column ordering, then layout. Okay, keep it as it is. Just a minute. Column ordering, column 2, two columns we have created here. If I say 4, 2. Okay, so it's looking good now. Okay, it's looking good now. We have less number of columns here. So how many columns are there? One, two. Sorry, which list is employee list is here. So here employee ID is important column, name and 4 columns are there, but employee ID is missing here. So what I do, I will add employee ID here. How? We say edit fields, then add field, check emp. So title is there, so I click on title, add, but the field internal name is emp id. Somehow we have renamed its title as an employee ID. So what I do here, I go here and check this, expand this. So just rename it as block. We'll name the property text parent or display. Just a minute, why it's not showing us the display name? It will change. Okay, so I will resize this field and move it up. Okay, so I move it at the first position. Title, it's showing the title, but it's employee ID. Once we'll save and publish, then maybe it will get changed. Okay, so thing is that one important thing we are doing here, which is that what we want to do, I want one button here. Once I click on that button will be here, and once I click on that button, it will navigate to the employee details form. So I scroll down and I put one button here. So go here, insert button. Okay, you can insert from the here also, or you can insert from here also, button. Okay, so there are two ways to add the button on the screen. So I'll say here, and the text, I want to change the button text. Go here, you can change it from this screen also text, change from there also, or you can directly change from property window, property pane also. Here I want to put emp experience. Okay, so employee experience I have given. Let me zoom this screen. So I will increase the size of the field, font size. So I'll make it 12. So it's looking a bit better. Okay, so emp experience. Okay, so here hide this pane now. Now this is my, I just go and preview and check how it's looking. Once I click on employee experience, it will navigate to the other screen. Navigate to the other screen means it will open the new screen, and in that screen I will see the experience. Okay, all the experience. So now here, as earlier you know, this is the another list. So employee experience is the separate list. We have maintained the separate list for employee experience. Okay, so if I check here the data source, currently we bind the data source as an employee only. We check the data source. What is the data? See, here we have data source is the employee only. So what I need to do, or so that I can go and open there. First thing, what I do, I will create another screen, and then or I will add the data source, or you can create separate screen. So what I do, I will first create the separate screen for that. Okay, so I'll go here, okay, here you can see the new screen. What kind of a screen here, again I'll show you. Here you can see what kind of a screen you want. Okay, you can say blank screen, scrollable screen, any kind of screen. I will say a blank screen. Okay, so that you, so after opening the screen, you can see add item from the insert print and connect to data. So you want to connect the data. So while connecting the data, so what I want, what is my requirement here, as you can see, is employee 101, employee 101, okay, having company, he's having experience from two companies. Okay, so there is only one form, there is only one form. So in this form, what I need to do, I want to display these two things. One is from IBM and one is from Infi. Once I click on IBM, then it will display me here the IBM details. Once I click on Infi, it will display me the Infi details in the screen. So for that purpose, here I need to, I'll add one header here, insert label, and I'll say here employee experience. Okay, so this is a header. I put it here, stretch it, and change the background color so that it will look good. Okay, so here employee experience. Now label, font size I will create 18, and background color, so I'll maintain this background color here. Okay, so again go here, center, and font size bold. Okay, employee experience. Now I will add here. Now there see, gradually we understand different kind of controls here. Here what I'm adding, I'm going to add here gallery here. What I'm going to add, gallery. So that what gallery will do, gallery will display these items, employee experience items, means just employee two fields from them, means employee ID and experience from company. These two fields, this is see what is the role of a gallery. Once you see, then you will understand. So with the gallery data home, let me insert the gallery, vertical gallery. You can see here vertical gallery, and having here also. Where is the vertical gallery? Here, chart media. Forms database. Okay, no problem. Put here also.
Sir, click on next to the arrow of my mixed reality.
Okay. Acha. Actually, I have expanded, that's why. Okay, no problem. You can add from here also, or add from there also. I click here. Now, here you can see I have added the gallery here. Okay, gallery. What is the role of a gallery? This gallery here is saying picture, some part of data, and some sub part of data. So first I will align, take the position of the gallery. I put it here, resize it. Okay, then just scroll down to the bottom. Okay, so what content I want here. Okay, so here this is my gallery. First thing what I need to do, I want to set the data source. Here what is the data source? Data source is employee only. So but the data source I'm looking for, which is employee experience. So what I need to do, I need to go in the data source. So here I will search SharePoint. I click on SharePoint. Okay, so it's saying that you want to use this connection with the SharePoint from Raju. You say yes. Then here you can see it's showing the different site URL. If you want to fetch the content from different site, you can fetch, or you can put the URL like this. You can directly put the URL, or you can directly select, because I can see here. Okay, or you can say Ctrl V and connect. After connection, then it will display all the list and document libraries associated in that particular site. So which one is my my list name is employee experience. Where is employee experience? Here, and I will say connect. So you can see there is a new data source added here, employee experience. Now here I have selected the gallery. Now I'll go in the data source and I will set it at employee experience is my. Okay, here you can see after selecting that you can see the content from the gallery, that list, employee experience list. But here I don't want this image, so I need to change the layout. I click here. Okay, so you click there, or you can click like gallery like this. Here you can see layout. Click there. What layout? I title and subtitle. So I'll say title and subtitle. Okay, see IBM in P and employee ID will display below. Okay, so IBM, then employee ID, then what you are expecting. I know the employee ID, but why it's displaying again and again? If it will display the designation, it will be more better. Okay, so what I do, again I will go here. Okay, so here, sorry, again I click there. Here, sorry, here, edit fields. See, employee ID, subtitle as employee. I don't want employee ID. So what I select here, I'll select designation. Okay, and title is company name. It's okay. Now it's looking good. IBM, then software engineer, but it's showing the all the entries here. This data is not a filter. Okay, so what we do now? First, what we do first, we complete the relationship between the gallery and one form. Okay, gallery and one form means what I'm on the screen of employee experience. Once I click here, it will display me content here. Okay, it will display me the content here like this. Okay, designation, then start date, end date, experience, location, all these things. So what do you do means to display that content, what kind of control you want? It will be the form. Here you can see the form, because we fetched all the data from this list. Now we want form. So I click here on a form. What kind of form? Here we are not going to do the display operation, we are going to edit operation. Okay, so here we just display the content. Okay, because the here we want to just show the content. Just a minute. So here I just trace this. Okay, now it is saying that connect to data. Okay, so I know that it having employee experience data source. Again here, connect to data. So here you can see the data source and say employee experience data. Now it's fetching the content and displaying the content. Okay, so add item from insert pane. So here some data is appearing here. Okay, if I take a preview, then we understand nothing is visible here, no item to display. Okay, you can also test it. Okay, okay, now just a minute. Okay, now it's displaying company name, employee ID, start date, then end date. Where is the end date? End date is not visible here. Just a moment. Okay, so I will take why it's appearing here. I'll delete this field. Okay, this is something which add item from the insert pane. Okay, okay, so here start date, end date, and my start date. I'm just I'm adding the unlock this. Go in a fields. Okay, I click here. Go on a where I'm clicking. Keep in mind here I'm clicking out. on the form, or we go here in a tree view. So rename the things here. We have created the another screen. This is employee details screen. I'll rename this as experience details screen. Okay, so I rename it as experience details screen. Then this is form, so I'll say experience this, because we are taking the display form, that's why I'm saying disk form. Okay, so again fields are there, data cards are there. Again, as earlier we discussed, you need to rename the card value. Okay, so here now I'm going to click on the form. Experience display form is here. Go on edit. There is another start date, end date is also there, designation and all the fields are there, but end date is not visible here. Okay, let me take a preview. Maybe first what I do, maybe add an atom from insert pane here. Salary. I don't know what is this added here. Card, which card is this? End date card. Let me delete this. Okay, now I will add read field here, add the field, then I'll say end date, then okay, that one. Salary is also there. What are the columns here? End date, designation, location. I'm adding the end date. Okay, now in start date and end date. Okay, now it's looking better. Now here nothing is visible, because see here, here you can see, here you can see there IBM is there, the data is here, means there is some data is visible in that gallery, and once I click on this arrow, I want to display the content of that atom, from that atom. So I'll say here, then it will display me the content. So this is the form. This form is the employee experience form. It having the property, there are different property associated with it. We have set the data source as employee experience, but which atom you want to select. So here is the atom. So what atom? I will say gallery. This is the gallery. So what is the gallery name here? We have given the specific name to the gallery. So go here, again go here and see here what is our gallery name. I have selected the gallery. Where is my gallery? Here is my gallery. So rename the gallery name. I give the gallery name as a EMP experience gallery. Okay, so you understand that the meaning of each control. So what I want to do here, once I click on the gallery item, it will display this. So in which property? I am on a forms, this forms atom property here. Okay, so what I say atom, so I'll say EMP experience, EMP experience, what I'll say gallery. So EMP experience gallery means this gallery dot, I'll say here, it's giving the some property selected, means which one is selected. I'll just say selected. Okay, and then it will set the data to this atom. You can see the first data is visible here, automatically data popping here once I set the atom property here. Again go in a preview and check that. Now see inf is working, takem is also working, means data is getting automatically changed here. Okay, so up to this means we have completed. If you want to set some border and all, you can set the border here, so it will look more better. I'll set the border to this grid here, gallery border to color solid. Okay, So we have set the border to this gallery and I set this gallery up to this. Okay, so if there is a two experience, it's showing this way. But here what happening now, if you observe, let me set the border to label also. Okay, so if you observe here, so here I'm getting the all the experience, means all the data as it is here, all the data 101 employee, 102 employee as it is. But what is my expectation? My expectation is it needs to be displayed, it needs to be display the content data for this, that a particular employee, means whoever the employee I have selected, for which it will display the filtered data. Okay, means if I have selected here, if I go here and I'll say I click here, then it will display the button here for employee 101. Okay, for employee this 101. Okay, so how it will work out? So I will go in a form. So how it will work out? Now this form role is finished here, but one thing is remain here. This data is displaying all the contents from employee experience, but my expectation is it will be filtered based on employee ID I have selected. Okay, again I will go into my tree view, then I will select employee detail screen. Okay, so employee detail screen, align this properly. I think we have added the title here. First title here, I'll just save this. Let me save the content, publish to the SharePoint, take the preview in a SharePoint. So go and refresh here. So employee list, at least we check how is our form and all, and both the screens are looking or not, visible or not. Okay, so I click on edit here. So it displays, see, title is also displaying here. Then if I click here, see, nothing is happening here because it's not redirecting to that form. Okay, so now go in our here, go here. Now here what we need to do, first thing, once I click here, it needs to be navigate to the screen name, with the screen having name experience detail. Okay, so what I do, you just need to click here and you can see here action tab. Click on action, you can see here navigate, you can see here navigate. I just go and select here, it will automatically select the screen transition field experience detail screen. Okay, because there is only one screen which is the experience detail, so it will automatically navigate to the screen, that screen. Why? But one thing you have you observe here, here it's saying screen transition means cover, cover right, uncover, cover right, means you check that if you say cover, fade and all, means how you want the transition, means slide or slide up, what kind of transition you want, for that purpose it will require. Now I just added that property here, just take a preview, click here, it redirect to me the experience form. Okay, okay, so up to this is over. Now again we'll go back to our screen. Here is my employee screen. Now what we are going to do here, title, let me rename this title. Okay, title, I'll give the title EMP ID. Okay, check the font size 15.75. so I give the font size here. Okay, so it's now again, so employee ID is here, then once we click it navigate to this place. Okay, but now one more thing, it navigate, you know that once I click that, it navigate here and it displaying all the items, but I want to filter this gallery, I want to filter this gallery. What do you want to filter? What you want to do, you want to filter. Okay, so how you can filter? Filter based on, I want the details of the employee 101 only. Okay, it needs to be displayed the details from 101. Okay, because 101 having two experience from IBM and Infi, but it also displaying the experience of 102 employee also. So how I can filter? So what I need to do here, you need to in screen 1 employee screen detail, once I click, it needs to be passed some parameter. To screen 2, it needs to be passed some parameter. So which is that a parameter it needs to be passed? It needs to be passed the parameter emp. What parameter? Emp id. And what is our emp id? This is our emp id. Okay, so this is our emp id 101 needs to be passed to the screen 2, so that a gallery will get filtered. So how you can pass that parameter here? Here our navigation is there. So here how you can say comma. Okay, say comma. Then here in curly braces you need to pass the parameter. What is the parameter? You will say emp id and colon the emp id. Now I'm see small emp id, and here you need to pass this parameter. So you just check that what is the this data card value and all. So I go here, minimize this, minimize this, minimize this. So this data card value, there is no value. I'll just rename here. I'll say it as dc underscore emp id. Okay, so give the proper naming convention so that it will be easy to understand. Okay, so I have given dc. So I go here and I say here dc. Okay, see you will get the value. Okay, so it's a easy to understand. Okay, so there is a again click here, there is no issue. Means it while navigating to the other screen, it will make sure that while navigating to the other screen, it will make sure that it will pass the value. Okay, it will pass the value to other screen. Okay, so just a minute guys. Okay, so here you can see now once I click, it navigate with the value here dc employee id. And what is the our variable name? Variable name is emp id, and this is the way through which we have passed the value. Now I have click here and it will navigate. I'll go in a screen to screen 2 here. This is my screen 2. Okay, now here what you want to do? I want to filter this gallery. So I click on the gallery. What are the items in the gallery? Gallery items are employee experience. Okay, so here what you need to do? I need to filter this item based on the emp id. That parameter came from previous screen. So how you will do that? So here you have the functions. Now here what you do? You need to add the filter function. Filter here, filter, then filter. So what is our data source? You know the data source, employee experience is the data source. Okay, then you say comma. Okay, then what is the column name in employee experience? That column name, this is the employee id is the column name, which is a lookup column. Okay, so we take here emp, this one is emp id, this is a column equal to, and what parameter which will came from there? emp. See, this parameter will came from the previous that screen. And I'll say close this. Let me check, there is some issue is there. So dot value, I'll say dot value, no, wait, I have just few bit confusion here. emp, because there are many emp ids are there. dc employee id means that previous, I think this is employee. Okay, now let me check again. I'll go here. Okay, it should work. Okay, So now what I did, I say employee experience and EMP ID. See the column name EMP ID, and here also the column name in this list also EMP ID, but internal name is title. Don't get confused. Okay, so here you will not get confused because here employee experience list, the column which is employee ID, you know the column name, the employee ID, and what this is the variable which will came from the that previous screen. Okay, this is, and we check, and I'll say filter. Okay, filter, I say filter, and it will bind the content. Okay, up to this, again this is we publish it and check now my filter function is working or not. Save this and publish. It takes some time to publish. Now publish to SharePoint. Now I'll go in screen. Once it will publish, go here, refresh it. Okay, once it refresh, go on edit or display. Now it's this opening screen because if new screen, there is a new employee, there is no experience related to that employee. Okay, 101 employee experience. I click on employee experience. Nothing is working here. Again I need to refresh. It's publish, right? Then again I need to refresh. Maybe sometimes changes takes time. Changes will take the time to reflect in a SharePoint. I have selected on employee 101 here. Okay, it redirect. Okay, now it redirect to new screen here, employee experience. Okay, but nothing is visible here. Unfortunately, there is nothing there in a gallery view. Okay, so I think there is some issue with my filter criteria. Employee experience, EMPID, EMPID. Okay, there is some issue with my uh, filtration criteria. Filter items, filter EMP. Actually, it needs to be. Let me check EMP ID. Okay, EMP ID dot value is equal to, will it be it's giving error. Okay, giving error means this property will not be work out. Just a minute. EMP DC, no, small EMP ID, that one is right. Employee experience, comma, filter, we are in a gallery. Just a minute. No, it will not fulfill. Just a moment, guys. Just a minute. EMP ID, edit format. Employee experience and EMP ID. Just a moment. I have implemented just a minute. I'm just checking. I think somewhere I have implemented that. I'm just checking outside. Filter dot value. Okay, I entered dot value, but it was not working. Value equal to employee ID. Just to checking. I'm just checking. EMP ID. This needs to be run properly now. Let me check. I publish. No data sign. Just a minute, guys. Take a preview. Still showing no data. Here, filters. It should work, but anybody having any input on that? What change we need to do so that it will work? Just a minute, guys. Let me check we are passing the correct parameter or not from there. EMP ID DC underscore EMP details. Let me check there here also. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Dot text. Sorry. Dot text I need to say here. Preview. Now it's showing. Okay. Okay, there is one thing it was missing there. Okay. So here you can see what I missed there. Here DC I just say DC EMP ID, but I have not said it directly taking set that variable as a control. It directly set it as a variable. See, I have created this variable here. So in this variable, where the value of this variable is maintained. Okay, if you go here in a view, here you can see the variable tab is there. If you check here variable, you can see the employee ID variable here. If you click on that, and you can see where this variable has been used. Okay, Once you click, it will directly show you where this variable you have used. Okay, you need to go here, click here, uses, indirect usage. Okay, so here employee experience dot selected means where we use this. Now indirectly it will be used here on the screen. So here what we did, we apply the filter employee id. Employee id is the experience list, employee experience list, and column. Okay, and I'm saying that filter value, passing the filter value, and it displays me the content. Okay, so after that, after it will displaying the content here, and now it will working as per my expectation. Let's go and publish this and see that how it works. So there are a few changes also we need to implement. If it's a new form, then it should not display the experience detail. Also there it will display. So here I'll go and I'll click here. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, so if I click here, need to open my form. Okay, if I click here, it will display the experience. I just need to click here. Okay, okay, again there is a no option to go back. Go back if you want to check that. Again I need to apply the back option. If I go in a 102, see, again it's not, once it's load the form, it's opening me the employee experience. Actually it needs to be open at a first screen. Okay, if I refresh it, and then it will open. So you need to fix this bug. You need to fix this issue. This is assignment for you. Whenever we click on the form, it will open the form one only. Okay, so here I am, I click here, it will display me the other person experience also. Again I need to apply the back button. So how you will add the back button on this screen? So go here, insert, here you can see the icon. Here's the back icon, back. Here you can see the left icon. Okay, or you can apply another icon also as per your convenience. Change the color, black colors. Okay, and what you want to do, go here, action, navigate. It will take the screen transition, employee details screen. Okay, it will automatically set. Okay, it's done. Go here, preview, click here, it's going back. Okay, it's working. Now what are the different things still remain? This is the employee experience. Now the form is working as per our expectation. Now the assignment for you. So what assignment you need to implement? Now here you observe that I close form here. Okay, for employee 102, but when I go here and click on 101, it opening me the this form only, 102 employee form only. So whenever you are opening the form, it should open the screen 1, means employee detail screen. Okay, next assignment is, next thing, uh, if I am on the screen, I'm on new screen. Let me refresh this. Sorry, if I'm on new screen, if I'm on new screen, so it should not display me this. In spite of this, it will display me the separate button here, and the name of this button is here. What is the name? Add experience. Okay, it will click, it will go to the next screen, add experience. It will open the experience screen, and it will, you need to put the experience, means employee, say, designation, start date, end date, company name. These details you need to fill there and submit there. Okay, then it will add this details for this employee. Okay, so this thing you need to implement on screen, on separate screen, add experience screen. Okay, add experience screen you need to click, and which is appear on a new form, and once it will open that separate screen, it will add the content, in your experience list. This is the experience list in which it will add the content. So this is the assignment for the day. So one is form should be open. This is the one first form. Once you open the form, it will open this form only, not experience form. And second is on a new form, this button needs to be disabled, and there's another button, add experience button. It will navigate to the separate screen. From that screen you need to add the experience in the experience list. So this is the assignment for you. So we stop here and we'll connect tomorrow.